Hey everyone, welcome in. I am so excited to welcome you here to my weekly card class from Maine. I am Julie Maxon, the Maine Stamper, and I like to come live on a Monday at 8 o'clock, and I am here Monday at 8 o'clock, so I'm super proud of myself. Every time I'm here on time, I'm super proud of myself. If you have followed me for a while, you're going to know that I am not always on time. I tend to run a little late, but I have an amazing card class tonight, and it's like a mega class, so I didn't want to be too late for class. We have a lot to talk about. We're actually using this Storybook Friends Bundle by Stampin Up. I know some of you are super excited about this one. It has the cutest little bunny rabbits in it, but there's other critters in there too. Besides bunnies, there's some other little fun critters. Hi Jess, so good to see you on here. Hope everybody's doing good at your house. So we're doing Storybook Friends, and as you guys are jumping on and watching, please say hello. I'd like to know if you are a fan of the bunnies or if you're a fan of some of the other critters that are in here. I feel like we have a badger, we have a hedgehog, we have what could be a chipmunk, and lots of bunnies. So there's lots of little critters in this set. Hi Patty, hi Lori, good to see you guys on here. So this is going to be a big class tonight. Normally I come on and I share 4 cards with you. Tonight we're doing 6. There's so many critters in the set, I couldn't stop playing with them. So there's going to be 6 cards available for you if you take this card class with me and get the kit in the mail. We're going to talk a little bit about how that works here in a second, but normally I do 4, so tonight we have 6, so we do have to hop to it and get going on our little bunny critter cards. All right, so without too much further ado, hi Lexi. I know Lexi said earlier that she was really excited about this. Sandra Johnson will be very excited to see this. She's the one that really, she badgered me. She mentioned that earlier in a comment. She badgered me into this class. She's like, I really want to see this class. And I'm like, I'm going to work on getting it in there. I'm going to work on it. Now I have some good news, bad news, all about that as well. Hi Kathy, so good to see you here. So while you guys continue to say hi, I'm going to go over to my workspace. We're going to talk about a few things, show you the card kits. We're going to get into our card class. So just know that I won't always be watching your comments every second because, and Jess, I'm sorry, over an ear infection. My goodness. Hi Julie, it's good to see you on here. Jess, I hope that you find better health at your house. My goodness, you've been through some things here. Winter is dragging for sure. All right, let me transition over. We're going to talk a little bit about Sale-A-Bration is ending. Oh my gosh, you guys. Sale-A-Bration is ending. Now, this is kind of my let's go out on a bang card class. Sale-A-Bration ends on Friday, this Friday. So it's your last week to order $60 and pick out something for free in this book. And there's other items as well in the online store. They've added even more besides what's in this catalog, this little brochure. So please make sure you're celebrating. This is your last chance. This is going to go away. It will not be back until January, and I hope that it's back in January. Stampin' Up! Has some changes coming ahead, so I hope we're still celebrating in January and February. But please take advantage of Sale-A-Bration. $60 order is going to get you the entry items, whether you want a stamp set, some really cool paper, ribbon embellishments. There's all kinds of good stuff there. When you bump to 120, you get you get the bundle, or there's a bigger stamp set in here. And online, as mentioned, there are other Sale-A-Bration items, so make sure you're getting into those Sale-A-Bration. So last week, we're going out with a bang, and we're taking Storybook Friends with us. I'm so excited about Storybook Friends. Now, there's a couple things we're going to talk about with Storybook Friends. If you have your little spring catalog here, the story begins on page 72, and there is a story here because there's pages of spread here. So you're going to see samples of how to use. Now this comes kind of as it's a bigger suite. So it is, you can get all kinds of stuff. We're going to focus today on Storybook Friends, which is this stamp set with the critters and the dies that go with it. This is a great bundle. When you bundle items, you save 10%. If you were to buy these individually, you're not going to save 10%. It's that simple. Math is simple with Stampin' Up, right? 10%? Not 10%. There is some really cute designer series paper. This is called Storybook Moments. We're using mostly this. We're using a little bit of the Timeless Plaid as well. Now both of these papers are currently on back order. The Storybook Moments will be back on March 10th, and I believe the Timeless Plaid and the dies, yes, the dies are on back order till March 3rd, which is next week, right? So it's not too far away, but you won't be able to order Storybook Friends Bundle this week, which is kind of sad. But the good news is the spring catalog runs right up until early May, so there's lots of time to get these items in. Now, so enjoy all the pictures. We didn't even finish the story. I interrupted the story. The story continues on 26 and 27. They're showing you all kinds of things that come in this amazing bundle, the suite. The dies are going to coordinate with some of the designer series papers, so you can actually die cut out the paper and skip the coloring. Now we're going to color today, but I'm just letting you know if you're not a fan of coloring. And then there's another bundle in this suite that we're not even going to work on. And we're going to turn the storybook, and we're continuing here on page 28 and 29. So this is a very popular bundle and suite because Stampin' Up! Really has dedicated so much paper to it, right? So much catalog paper. All right, so Storybook Friends. I'm just seeing who's over here. Hi, Flo and Michelle. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. So I'm going to just talk about some thoughts Julie had when she checked out this bundle for the first time. Now, if you're looking at these stamps, you might be thinking, wow, they're tiny. They are really tiny, but they're not as tiny as you think. So for example, this is the outline of the tallest bunny right here, and here is the die. So I don't know if my camera is going to be able to pick this up or how the glare is going to be, but these stamps on the cover are smaller than so it's 75% images here than the dies. So when you open it up and you get these out, well, I already have most of them out, so let's just go like this. When you get these out, they're bigger than, and they're bigger than you think they're going to be. So they're going to be bigger than this. They still are quite tiny, so I did notice that as well. A lot of these are tiny. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 critters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I count wrong? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. There's 8 critters. 5 of them are bunny rabbits. Then we have, I'm thinking chipmunk, badger, and hedgehog. Although I feel like, you know, if you wanted to make one of these into like a little crazy squirrel, you sure could do that. There's a little house on here. There are 6 sentiments. We're going to use all of them on our cards tonight in case you're just tuning in. We're doing 6 cards tonight. This is a mega class. So you're going to get 6 cards with your weekly offer. In these dies, these go with everything. I love the dies like this. These are frames, and they basically are going to die cut out the great surround that you see, plus also this little square, this oval, and then this arch. I love the arches, right? So they come out in 2 pieces. We're going to go over them quite a bit, and you're going to be able to use these on, you know, any set that you have. So they're very versatile that way. The rest of the dies are just going to cut out your images. So I wanted to cover that really quickly. Let's talk about, hi Janice. Oh my gosh, Janice has already been making cards. Hi Sandra, welcome to the party. Storybook Friends. I love that you've been using this, Janice. That is awesome. I want to see pictures. All right, so Storybook Friends Card Class. We're going to talk about this for just a second. We have our basic weekly offer right here. Your card class is with your $45 order, you're getting, oh my gosh, this is so incorrect. We're going to redo this. This needs to go back to, first we got to get dog hair off of it. This is going to be 6 cards. And we have 6 cards. You're getting 6 card kits with this class. When you order 55, you're getting 6 card kits, the free embellishment. I'm going to be using the iridescent foil gems because they go with everything. So you're getting this cute little set of foily gems. You're going to see them on my cards shortly, but we're going to be using those tonight. So this is your free gift with 55. I'm also going to be sending you an assortment. And I don't know exactly what assortment you're going to get. But when you open up the DSP, the Storybook Moments DSP, you get all these die cuts out. And they just pop right out of the paper. And they are super easy. It's like having DSP that's already cut for you. So I'm going to be sending you an assortment. So you're going to get a few of these here that you could use on your cards, and they are super sweet and beautiful. I love the colors. So tonight's class is kind of around these colors because I want you to be able to use these on your cards if that's your choice. So some really great images in here, and I want you to know that they're bigger than these images. So if you think these images are kind of tiny, or you're not getting the Storybook Friends bundle, but you do want to make some great cards, you can use these in your cards and you're good to go. So you're going to get an assortment of those. You're not going to get them like I'm storing mine. I store mine in the clear DVD cases, but I'm going to bag some of these up, send them your way. You're also going to get the emailed card recipes. So it's a really great week to celebrate and enjoy a super sweet mega class. My host code is NEYRMNKX, and this does end on the last day of February, which coincidentally is also the last day of Sale-A-Bration. So make sure you take care of all that this week so you can get all the good stuff. Lots of good stuff. All right, you want to see the card kits? Let's talk about the card kits a little bit. When I mentioned 6, this is what you're getting in the mail. You're getting card bases. Your card bases will not be scored in half. I just did that to make it easier for tonight's class. But you're getting these 6 card kits. You're going to see some die cuts in most of them, ribbon in quite a few. So there's some more die cuts. There's 3 of them have embossed pieces. So you're getting all kinds of good stuff. You're getting some twine and ribbon as mentioned. So these are the card kits that you're going to get in the mail with this class. And there's a good amount of stuff here in these kits, and I'm so excited to bring them to you. In fact, I'm so excited I didn't even pick out which card we're going to start with. So I have to like pick a card. I might have you guys pick some cards with me. Let's do this. I want you guys to tell me in the comments. Let's look. We have boho blue. We have, we're going to call this white. There's a lot of white in this one. We have old olive. We have pebbled path. We have Lost Lagoon, and did I lose a card kit? Oh, and Petal Pink. I'm going to just let you guys think about this for a second and give me a color that you want me to start with. We're going to start a card kit. We're just going to do these very randomly tonight. So we've got boho, petal, white, pebble, lagoon, and olive. These are our very natural colors. And Alexi loves all the colors. That's awesome. I feel like Jess is first. Lost Lagoon. Oh my gosh, Jess, this is my favorite. Jess and I have very similar tastes, and I love that so much. The Lost Lagoon is probably my favorite. I just love these colors. Every time I play with Lost Lagoon, I also have to play with Pretty Peacock. And look how cute this paper is. I could wallpaper my craft room with this one. It's really cute. And the back side is just as adorable. So if you really want to get some critters on your card and just add a sentiment, you're pretty much good to go here with this kit. So let's see what's all in here. You're getting your Lost Lagoon base. We've got a Lost Lagoon piece that's got the eyelet embossing on it. So I use the embossing folder. Get a couple pieces of Pretty Peacock. As mentioned, your DSP, and then a white layering piece. So let's see what this card looks like. As you're so excited, I'm so excited to share with you. And everyone that didn't get to vote yet, I see you guys like, oh, you guys are all voting. That's so awesome. All right, I'm going to have you vote again when we're done with this one. We're going to start over, and we're just going to play that game tonight because that's just kind of how we're rolling. All right, so here is our very first card. This is our little hedgehog friend. Hopefully you guys can see it in here. It is a really sweet, sweet one. We're using the more oval frame for this first card. So let's see what we need here because I got to find my recipes. I have a lot of ink tonight. So let's see. This one is, as I'm flipping through, hello, friend. Here we go. Here's my hello, friend. Let me put this back over here so I don't lose it. All right, so we're going to need basic gray and lagoon ink. So basic gray. And Lost Lagoon is here. Okay, these are the ink pads we're using for this one. We're also using a lot of blends tonight because I'm using blends exclusively to color. Now you can use markers, you can use colored pencils, you can water paint these. The blends for this one's going to be Pool Party. I'm going to be digging them out today. Pool Party, Crumb Cake, and Light Daffodil. There's my daffodil. And crumb cake. So you can see here all of these colors are going to be kind of neutral colors, and there's my crumb cake. All right, so those are the blends we're going to be using for this one. Let me set my little bucket aside, and we're going to dig right into this one now that I know what we're doing here. Okay, here we go. First things first, let me grab out a scrap paper. I know I had one somewhere. What did I do with my scrap paper? In a pinch, we're going to just use the back of this one. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just change up this nice little Lost Lagoon embossed piece. We're going to use, oh, I can't wait to show you some different things. This is so exciting. Okay, Lost Lagoon. I have a I have a blender brush here. When I do a large surface that's embossed and I want to add some ink to it, I like to use the blending brush. So I'm just going to open up my ink pad here and kind of swirl my blending brush on the pad. And I'm going to start, and I'm just going to come down from the top and just lightly. You don't have to go so crazy. It's just going to give it a little tinge of color as we go. I like to rotate my cardstock. It's just easier for me that way. I feel like coming down from the top is just a more natural way to do this. And if you prefer to keep your paper straight the whole time and just change the angle of your blending hand, you can certainly do that too. It's kind of interesting how much ink you see on your paper, and it doesn't feel like you've got much on the cardstock. And of course it's because you've got color cardstock, and then this is white paper here. But all we need to do is just add that little bit, and it really pops on our card base. So we're doing that first. While I have this out, let's do our Hello Friend sentiment. Really don't need this up anymore right now. So let's find Hello Friend, which I have right here. This is like probably my favorite sentiment. Make sure you guys can see the finished card. So we're just going to bring this into this little tiny piece of white cardstock. These are actually remnants when I cut down an 8.5 by 11, and I make this size mat, so the 4 by 5 1/4. Very popular mat, which of course you can get 4 out of 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11. These are the remnants that I have left over every time I make those cuts. You probably know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So I save them in a little jar here off to the side, and I'm just using these anytime I have a small sentiment. I'm not cutting paper this small on purpose for the most part, right? I'm usually just using my scraps. Works out really well. All right, I'm going to put this one away. Lost Lagoon, you're coming over here into a new pile because we're using you up. Now, as mentioned, or maybe I did not mention, I can't remember what I say sometimes because that's just how I'm squirreling. As part of my Storybook Friends, I really feel like I'm a squirrel. The basic gray is what I'm going to use tonight to stamp all of the critter images. So every critter you see here tonight is going to be done in basic gray. Now that just makes things easier for you at home if you have this set. Stamp a bunch of critters. I'm looking for my critter over here. I've got so many out. Here's Miss Hedgehog in so cute in a little apron. So that way if you have this and you just want to stamp a bunch of critters, basic gray is a really way to go. It's not as harsh as your black, your Memento black, and it just gives a nice outline that you can work with. So basic gray will be in every stamped card this evening. Okay, so after we stamp our little friend, we have to just find the die that coordinates, and you can kind of just look through to see, like, shape-wise which one might work best, and that's this one right here. So her little nose is sticking up and her little feet are at the bottom. Now I did stamp and die cut one earlier, so I'm just going to share with you how I'm going to go ahead and color this with blends that we have picked out. So I'm going to start with the pool party. Now, fun fact, not everyone enjoys listening to the coloring with the stamping blends. So I'm going to start coloring now, and if you need to mute me, just go ahead and mute me. I'm going to do a little coloring here with Pool Party. And I'm starting with the light Pool Party, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the strings of Hedgehog's apron, and I'm going to do the ruffle. And I'm going to come in with the darker Pool Party and just add a little bit. I mean, these pieces are so tiny. I'm just kind of dotting a little bit here and there and just adding a little bit. So if you can get a little contrast in, that's awesome. If you can't, just go with one color because it really is so tiny. I've got the light daffodil, and I'm going to just fill in, I thought maybe a nice sunny combination of yellow and these sweet blue-green would be really cute on our little friend. So there's her apron just like that. Okay, let me put those back. We're going to talk about how we're going to make her really cute. And I'm using crumb cake. I'm going to start with the light, and I'm going to basically do all of her. Avoid the eye if you don't want her to have a brown eye. Kind of just go around it a little bit. But we're going to just kind of quickly color, and it's going to squeak here. So it's going to squeak for a little bit while I'm coloring. And I didn't realize that this was a thing until my friend Tammy was telling me, like, I had to mute you. She goes, that squeaky thing is like, the squeaky coloring is like nails on a chalkboard. And I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that was really a thing. All right, I'm going to come back in now with the dark crumb. And our little hedgehog friend, she has some built-in stamp marks that look like little lines. And I'm just going to come back in with the darker crumb, which seems so much darker than the light. Some of the blends, I feel like when you do the coloring, the colors are very similar. Sometimes you can barely tell if you've got light or dark, but the crumb cake, for some reason, has an extreme light and dark going on here. So I'm just kind of scribbling along here wherever my little hedgehog friend has those lines, and I'm not even going to blend it anymore. I'm going to leave this just like this so that the dark little lines look really, I mean, like you can see them. Now, if you wanted to, you could go back through, add a little more crumb, and it would be sweet. Now, let's talk about all these other things you have in your kit. This piece right here, this pretty peacock, you're going to die cut your oval frame. So this is your frame right here. So you would die cut this in your die cutting machine. And after you die cut that, it's going to look like this. So when I first started talking about these frames at the beginning of this class, I mentioned that the inner piece will come out. Now this allows you basically to swap out, I don't know if I have another die cut. I kind of had set one aside. Yes, I do have another one, so I can kind of show you. So if you, for example, if you were to die cut two of them, you could change up the color in the middle, right? You could even do designer series paper and change up. So you have that option if you want to. Now I'm just giving you enough to do the blue one, and this is just like a sample. This is your sample, right? So this is an extra piece. I did not use this on this card. Now you could, if you wanted to fill in the middle, you could. I wanted more of the pretty designer paper to show. So this is extra. You can use it on the inside. You can use it wherever and however you want to. Absolutely. But it does come out in two different distinct pieces when you die cut it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put down our piece of Lost Lagoon. This is the Eyelet 3D embossing folder that you're getting. I love this one. It's really cute. I felt like it was feminine enough to work with our little hedgehog, and also this beautiful paper right here, which I love. Oh, and oh my goodness, I meant to show you this. If you wanted to, well, let's put this down and then we'll talk about what if you want to do, because obviously you get to do all kinds of stuff. We're going to bring this in. I just wanted to bring in a little bit of that pretty peacock. I love these colors together. So we're just putting this across here, as you can see on the card. Now, if you wanted to, this is where we're getting to. B, we could put this down, and this works really well. There's some blues in here with the flowers and different like cute little design. So you could do this if you wanted to, and then maybe just put a sentiment on here. And your card is pretty much, you know, cute and done. You don't have to necessarily add the frame because that would be hard around the critters. But I definitely am going to use the blue pattern. So I'm going to, sadly, sorry little critters, you're going down this way. I just need to see this side right now. But it is nice to have those options for sure. We're going to glue this very carefully. So I'm just going to flip this over. Look at the back side is a little bit rougher when you die cut. At least it is for me. I mean, I use a really old plate that's pretty beat up for the bottom of my die cutting because I know that I'm going to be gluing this side down. I'm not really, you know, I don't care that it makes creases and crinkles in my cardstock because the glue is just going to, you know, help cover that up. We're going to just pop this right into the middle. And keep in mind, there kind of is an orientation depending on what side you like up. So there's this cute little scallop at the top here that has the 5 openings. Or if you went this way, it's at the bottom, right? So this is the top, this cute little coat hook-like looking scroll. So I kind of like it this way. Of course, this designer series paper, once you put it on, you can flip it without having an issue. So you have another moment to think about that before you really put this down onto your project. All right, I'm putting this section down with some dimensionals. So we're going to be dimensional happy today. I think 5 maybe. Will 5 work? It will. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pop the backings off of these, and then this card is almost done. The heart, I mean, so what's really nice about the little critters, because I feel like they are kind of tiny, is there's not a lot of coloring either. I might trim this up a little bit. I don't think I want this to be quite so long. Now I'm going to hide the end of this sentiment piece on the other end of my hedgehog. So you can trim that if you need to. I just wanted to give you more. Oh my goodness, I just realized that this should have been done in Pretty Peacock. Did I not have Pretty Peacock on my list? I did not. Well, here we go. So there's going to be like this or that, right? So I've got Hello Friend on the right in Lost Lagoon. I like this better because it's bolder, but you know, this is not awful. So we're gonna roll with this, right? Options, creative options are always good. I'm putting 2 dimensionals on the back of my little sentiment piece. The big ones fit on here just perfectly. We're going to kind of split the middle here, but go off a little bit, and we probably could do that a little bit straighter. So adjust as you need to. Now for this guy over here, actually, you know what? Can I squeak off any more of this white? Some surgery here, perhaps. There we go. A little bit more. And here's why. I want to put a dimensional right here snug to the end, because this is where my little hedgehog is going to hang out. So it's going to be right here, little hedgehog, and that worked out really nicely to get that dimensional in there and get her on there. How cute is that? I absolutely adore. Jess, this was an excellent start to our class. Thank you for choosing my favorite card, Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. We're going to bring in our little iridescent foil gems now. Now they kind of hide a little bit here, but they also, I feel like they work really well because they're not like glaringly in your face about like, here is an embellishment. When you see them in person, they may show up a little bit more so than, you know, when you see them online. But just like that, cuteness. Hello Friend. So sweet. This was a really great start to our class. All right, now I'm going to clean this up, and while I'm doing so, I want you to comment. First comment, oh my gosh, I wanted to show you one more thing. See, squirrel moments, I am squirreling. Okay, so remember at the beginning where I said, hey, I'm gonna send you some cute die cuts. This might be one of them. I can't guarantee which die cuts are gonna be in your kit, but look how cute if you didn't have the hedgehogs and you were just using this kit. Look how cute this little guy right here is. He just blends in perfectly. He's got, you know, the right color on there. I just think he's super cute. So this is just an example of something you could do with the little die cuts that come in with the designer series paper. If you didn't want to do the stamping and coloring, you got instant die cut colored for you. So sweet. I love it. Okay, while I'm cleaning up, in the comments, we still have Old Olive, White, Pebbled Path, Petal Pink, and Boho Blue. All right, so I'm going to let you guys comment. I know that it's just behind shortly from what I see. So I'm just going to give you guys a second to come up with some ideas on which color is next. And I'm going to come over to my computer here, and we're going to look to see. I'm going to see which one I see first. I see Boho Blue. You guys are going Boho. Okay, Julie says Boho Blue. I see Boho Blue. We're doing blue next. Another blue card. This one's super fun. This one has some pinks in it too. Janice, I'm glad we got Boho Blue. So awesome. Okay, so this one, and don't worry if you didn't get your favorite card picked yet. We got more time tonight. We're gonna get them all in. I promise you. All right, so Boho Blue. This one's awesome. Also, blue. Now this is a retiring in color. Actually, quite a few of these colors I'm going to share with you tonight are retiring in colors. They will be leaving the house in early May. The problem is that some of them are going to sell out before that, and Boho Blue is one of those colors. So if you don't peek. If you like the Boho Blue, if you like Moody Mauve, Pebbled Path, Wild Wheat, Copper Clay, this is the time to get your cardstock, your ink pads, your blends, all of the things, especially during Sale-A-Bration. Great time to do all that, and then you'll be able to stock up on those items before they're gone. Now this is, you can see the really sweet strawberry paper here, and this is the Boho Blue is so pretty. The back side is also going to be super cute depending on which section of the DSP you get. It's got some really cute little critters. All right, so let me grab my card. I gotta find it. We're gonna show you the card. This one I took advantage of the Easter greetings sentiment. This may not be the most Eastery card, right? Typically we think of purples and yellows and maybe pinks for Easter, but I wanted to use all of the sentiments, and this bunny worked best for Easter greetings. and I just felt like this was kind of a cute mix. Now I'm keeping this bunny quite a bit white. Hopefully you can see that as we get to color him. You'll see how that works out. But if you wanted to, you know, to use something in a different way, you're getting these Everyday Arches dies, which I love. This is Pretty in Pink and White. And we've got, of course, a piece to do our stamping for our bunny. I want to make sure I got everything out of there. All right, and you're getting some white ribbon with this one as well. So let's do our blending first. By blending, I'm going to bring in my scrap paper here, and we're going to bring in this piece of boho blue. So boho blue on boho blue, kind of boring, right? It kind of like blends right in. You barely can see it. This is where I like to jazz up my inks a little bit. So let me see. We're going to use boho blue. We're going to need Pretty in Pink, and of course we need Basic Gray because we have to keep our bunny stamped in Basic Gray. For our blends, let me see real quick here what we're going to need, because we need other blends for every time we turn around. Other blends tonight. So in our blend bucket, I'm looking for Pretty in Pink. I feel like a kid going through the Crayola bucket at home. Do you guys remember having like a box of Crayola crayons? Like eventually they all came out of the cardboard and they were like in a bin. So Pretty in Pink, Light Smoky, and Old Olive. So Old Olive is the Old Olive. Fun fact, I'm going to tell you some stories tonight too as we go. Fun fact, I'm going to tell you a story about Old Olive. I couldn't find my light Old Olive earlier. So in my sample card, I had to only use dark, and I was kind of sad. So now that I've found it, because I did find it, that's the great ending to my story. I found my light Old Olive, so hopefully this one works, and we're going to be using these colors as we go. So yeah, we're going to go ahead with some boho blue. Squirrel moment. Every time I have a squirrel moment, I'm going to be like, squirrel moment. Forgot what I was saying and doing, but here we go. Boho blue. We're doing kind of the same thing that we started from our very first card. We're just going to go along the edges here and darken down this piece of cardstock so that it looks like it's a contrasted color from our card base. So we're giving it that nice bit of depth, and this is just one of my favorite, easiest ways to change up your paper, your cardstock, is by adding ink. And don't worry, because I'm kind of making a mess here. Don't worry about my messes, everybody. I got it covered. I'm used to it. Actually, what's going on is I've got ink on my hand, and I keep putting it down here. The whole center of this is going to be covered with more cardstock and DSP, so I'm not really worried about that, but I am concerned I might transfer some of this. So we're going to wait. I'm going to grab a quick baby wipe here and see if I can get some blue ink off of my fingers just for a second. Okay, so while we have boho out and we're having fun, we're going to bring in our white arch, and you can see here that I've got Easter greetings as my sentiment. So I'm going to bring in Easter greetings, and these are all photopolymer stamps. I didn't mention that at the beginning. And my boho blue ink, I don't know if you can see, it's a lot lighter in the middle. It really needs to be re-inked, but I was kind of lazy today and I didn't do it. So I'm taking advantage of the darker ink along the outside edges and grabbing that for my stamp, and hopefully it works. Okay, so I'm going to put this right about here. Easter greetings. Okay, yep, that worked out beautifully. Very happy with that. Now while we have the arch out, and well, no, I'm thinking thoughts. Squirrel. Boho blue. Let's bring boho back in. We're going to add a little bit to this. So this is a very white piece of paper, right, with a sentiment on it. I'm waiting for my camera to focus for a hot second. Apologies for the fuzzies. So you can see the difference, hopefully, between the one on the left has a little bit of tint of blue. So we're just going to bring in our blending brush, and we're going to do this kind of softly. Now, if you leave a few spots kind of more white, it almost looks like there's like clouds in the sky, right? So don't think you have to do the whole thing. I'm kind of bypassing where the sentiment is and just leaving some of that white around it. And it's not super dark, just the smallest little bit of boho blue, mostly on your paper, mostly not on your fingers. Here we go again, baby wipe time. Boho, pretty blue color, right? I'm wearing it super well tonight. This is beautiful, fabulous. All right, so I put this little wall on here. This little stone wall. It's got like a little spot where you can add some greens in, because I wanted to use everything. I wanted to show you how to use everything. Now you might not think this is like the greatest thing to do on an Easter card, but feel free to change up the sentiment if you want to, and maybe omit the wall if you don't think you want the wall on there. But I felt like, you know, Easter Bunny's hanging out here, it's cool. So I'm just going to do this there in the basic gray, and I'm going to color that in quickly. While we have the basic gray out, I'm going to find my tall bunny. Now this is the biggest bunny from the stamp set. This is the tallest bunny, and he's going to come right here on this piece of white. He's got a cute little bow tie. He's a very classic Easter bunny. When I think of Easter bunnies, this is pretty much it right here. He's so cute. So let's close this one back up, and let's bring in Pretty in Pink real quick, because we're going to take our pink arch, our Pretty in Pink arch, and this time I'm just going to use a sponge dauber, and I'm just going to very quickly throw a little bit of color on this just to deepen this up a little bit too. Now again, these are things that you don't necessarily have to do on your card kits, but it is fun to play with the ink, change it a little bit, and it's just one of my favorite ways. I love the daubers for smaller projects like this one, and of course the blending brushes for the bigger projects. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of coloring. So it's time to do the squeakies. We are bringing in, as mentioned, we've got my light old olive. Let's see how this works out. Let's see how this works out. I think this is going to be nicer. Yes, it is so much better. So the dark was really dark, and I wasn't super happy with it. But I didn't know what happened to my light. Now, you saw me pull from the bucket, so you know I have a bucket of blends. I have like a couple of buckets. And then randomly I do some classes and things, or I have them out because I have other kits that I'm working on and I'm coloring with things, and I don't always put my toys away. You guys, my craft room is a disaster, and I have lots of piles. So when I have to go looking for something, I'm just kind of searching through my piles, my buckets, my bins, and I was very happy to find the light old olive with about 10 minutes to spare tonight. So it really was. It was kind of like a last second addition to the card class. So here we go. I'm just using the light smoky. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna add a lot of different things to this, but it is really cute. I do like this on here. And let me see, difference wise, huge difference. So the light and the dark. The dark kind of blended the lines, so it looks kind of more like a bush than maybe without the cute little lines that are in it. It kind of took all of that off there. All right, let's go to take care of our little bunny rabbit here. So our bunny, we're going to start with the light pink, if I can find the difference between them. The light pink. We're going to color Bunny's ears, kind of giving him some shading here in his ears. We're going to color just like around his nose a little bit, and then I kind of added a little bit around his belly, just like so, with the light. Now I'm going to come in with the dark, and I'm going to do his little bow tie. I wanted it to be pink. I wanted him to be quite pink. Of course, there's a lot of blue on this card, and blue would have been a great choice too, but I wanted to do the bunny just like that. So he's got a dark pink bow tie. I'm going to bring back in the light smoky slate, and we're going to do a little bit of like kind of outlining. Really, I'm going to leave a lot of him white. So I'm probably going to leave more of him white this time. My first time through, I probably overachieved on the gray here. And something that's fun to do with the nib end of these blends is just to dot. Just dot. You just kind of, you don't have to color so much. Wherever there's lines here, I'm going to color a little bit and just kind of give him a little bit of a look here. But I'm going to come around his belly here. So if you're a lazy colorer like I am, I tend to be a little bit like, do I have to color that in? I love to just stamp and go. But sometimes, you know, color is good too. So I did less gray on this one, and he looks really cute. The gray helps the white to make it make sense, right? So if you left it without the gray, it might look a little bit like, oh my goodness, I colored the wrong bunny. We might be doing a little die cutting here, and a die cutting emergency. I meant to color the one that I already die cut, but that's okay. We can do that too. or he can be a test bunny. There really wasn't much coloring to this. This is my uncolored bunny, and this is my, you know what, it's probably going to be quicker for me to just scribble a little bit of color on this one than to get out my machine, move everything off my table, because I basically have to move everything and then pull out my die cutting machine and then die cut. So we're going to see how quickly I can do this. This reminds me of another story. If you watched me last week, we did the Everyday You and Me class, and I had done fun folds with it, and I had done it in person, which was really fun for fun folds, right? We had extra fun. So one of my stampers came, and there was lots of little flowers that we stamped, and they needed to be all die cut. And she decided, Miss Betsy, that she was going to just fussy cut them. She was like, you know, there's a line at the die cutting. There's a lot of that going on. So she was like, no, I'm just going to sit here. She sat and she fussy cut all those flowers, and she got done long before all of my die cutters got done. So sometimes it's just easier to go with what you got. I probably could have fussy cut my little bunny, but there we go. I got a couple more little bunnies here, super cute. My blends are done. For this one, let's put this card together. Now there's a little thing here that I want you to pay attention to before. Don't get all crazy with your gluing down stuff, okay? I'm telling that to myself as well, because probably going to forget in 2 seconds. So adhesive on the white. We're going to make some nice little layers, cover up my blotchy bohos. This is where you get to decide, you know, what do you want to put on here? Oh, see the difference between making that blue a little bit darker? I feel like it's really nice. We're going to pop it too, so it's going to make a difference. But if you wanted to, you have this cute little bunny paper to work with, which I so adore. But meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and keep working with our little strawberry paper here. I really think it's sweet. This is another piece that you're going to check to see which way do you want it to go, up or down. It can go either. I feel like the strawberries are pretty much any orientation. All right, so you've got your ribbon here. I want you to trim off just enough to wrap this piece of your 3-layer, your boho, your white, your DSP. I want you to cut enough to wrap it. So we're cutting this off. This is going to be our ribbon in about a couple of seconds. And we're going to bring this in. Tape. This is one of the few times you're going to see me use a tape runner. I don't use a tape runner except for this kind of ribbon type situation. So I'm just going to put this on here, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap the ends to the back. So just a little bit of tape there to tuck those over, just like that. So that is before you put this down, right? So that you can get that on there. Now I did put some dimensionals on this and kind of lifted this up. And that helps also, that little bit of blue sponging that we did, it just helps it to be really pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to throw some on here, maybe one more here, and maybe one more here for fun. Okay, these are going to come off quickly. And we're going to pop this over onto our card base, knowing which way we're going to open, right? That's important. Which side up, and I'm putting it a little bit further to the left. And I'm leaving room here for my little bow that you're going to make with the remainder of your ribbon, hopefully. Now, I didn't do this ahead because I wanted to show you that you're going to have enough to do this. So hopefully the ribbon will be kind to me tonight. We'll just get a nice little bow in here. Okay, here we go. Just like that. Not too bad. I'm going to trim the ends a little bit here too, at my angle, and this is just going to come over here now. So you could tie it, you know, all the way around, but I didn't quite give you enough to do that. So I'm going to say don't tie. I'm going to say cut it and then pop that on. Isn't that cute with a little ribbon just off to the edge there? So we're going to find some tear and tape and pop this ribbon down before we do the arches and the other bunny, because that way we kind of really know where the arch should go once our ribbon is in position, right? Or little bow, I should say. I may have like just put the tape on the wrong side. So I'm going to just manipulate this here for a second while I can, and then we're going to just pop this on here. Maybe, perhaps. Nope. Now I feel like the tape's all over the place. Okay, Julie, where did you really put the tape? Hold on a second. Oh, it got all squished up. Okay, I'm lifting it closer. My eyeballs can't see far away. I definitely need to redo this. This is a really great thing to do. It's just a matter of getting it done. Okay, one more time. Piece of tear and tape, remove the backing, remember which side you want to put down, and then you put it down. Those are steps, very important steps. I already trimmed it so it looks nice like that. Okay, so there is our little ribbon. We may need to trim a little bit more just so it looks more even. Okay, ribbon, got it. Now the arches, I'm also going to put this on with some dimensionals. So let me just grab those and ooh, maybe one more in the middle. I did go through quite a few dimensionals for this class, by the way. If you need to get your order to $60 for a Sale-A-Bration item, please throw in a pack of dimensionals. They're like $4 and change. If you're close but not quite there and you need something to get that free item this week, dimensionals are the way to go. As you see, I can go through them like really quickly. All right, we're going to bring our bunny in, our cute little white bunny. He's going to come over here on the side. I'm not going to add another dimensional. I'm just going to kind of put him in over here. The nice thing with die cutting is that you can use the sides here. He doesn't have to be like right on the arch. He can be off a little bit and he looks very natural. We're going to bring in some embellishments and we're going to add our little bling here to the card. 1, 2, 3, just like so. Oh my goodness, so cute. So hopefully you guys think that this is a cute Easter card. Again, not traditional colors, so if you wanted to change the sentiment, you could. There's so many in the pack, but I did want to try to use all of the sentiments, and this one seemed the most Easter bunny-ish, and the design kind of worked the best for this one. So there's our little Easter bunny card. I'm going to check comments real quick, make sure that you guys can hear and see me okay. Everything looks good. Lois, my tiny acrylic blocks. These are all Stampin' Up blocks. I have some super tiny ones that Stampin' Up doesn't even sell anymore, sadly. So for example, they don't sell A, and I think this is G. These are super tiny. They do still sell this size, which is, if I can read them, this looks like B. So B block, I have a ton of the B's, and I have, this probably is like C. B and C are probably my favorite two. Those are smaller blocks. I have a whole drawer full of blocks. And then this one is also a very common block that I use. This is D. So you can see here they're different sizes. So these are 3 sizes you can still get. But sadly, Stampin' Up stopped selling the teeny tiny ones. I have a bunch that I use, so very small for those ones. But I do have all Stampin' Up blocks. What I love about them is they've got this built-in like groove right here, and they're just easy to handle. They're not super skinny. Which is really nice. So those are my blocks. Thanks for asking on that. Okay, so boho is done. You guys, we're on to either olive, white, pebble, or petal. So these are the 4 cards that we have left. I'm going to let you think about that for just a second, and when I see a comment, I'm going to jump in and we're going to start our next card. Thanks for choosing for me. I'm having a hard time choosing today. So you guys are being my choosers. All right, let me clean up here for just a second. I'm letting you guys get your fast fingers typing. This is fun. Okay, Easter is done with that one. Okay, I'm just moving things aside that I don't necessarily need right now, but I don't want to lose. Also, olive. Oh my gosh, you guys are all voting olive. Okay, sweet. This one is also, oh my God, I don't know. I'm going to say that about all of them probably. I love it. I love all of them. Okay, old olive. This one has some really fun things in it. So make sure when you open this card kit, you get all the little good bits out of it. So hopefully you can see here, we've got some cute little spring flowers on deck, like literally on my deck. Let me get rid of, oh, I forgot to share with you the inside of the last card. How sweet is this? Did I lose it? Probably. So this one right here, did I not have a, oh my goodness, I don't know what happened to that one. I lost my little critter that I was going to share with you. It's probably on the floor. Okay, well, as you recall, I had alternate critters that would work, and I don't know what happened to, what the heck happened to my little critter. So let's just take a pretend one out. Let's take oh, this one would be cute, right? So you could put, you know, a different critter on here if you didn't want to do your bunny. Maybe this one. Get some green. I mean, they work really cutely with these cards. So your little pack of critters here that you might get from your order, you know, you could just go ahead and add in some of these instead of doing this. And it's going to be super cute, right? So I just wanted to share samples with you, and I had one for each card, but I don't know what happened to the one that I had for this one. So we're moving on, Julie. We're moving on because we have other things to do. So in this card kit with Old Olive, you're getting a piece of cute crochet embossed paper. You've got a couple of pieces. These are different pieces. This is the Timeless Plaid. This is the special this is the Storybook Friends, Storybook Moments Specialty DSP. Wow, that was a mouthful. And I'm sending you some die cuts, and these die cuts are coming from a different set. Let me see if I can remember which one this one is. Happy Spring. This is my Happy Spring card. Okay, Happy Spring card is going to have Flowers of Beauty dies. That's what that's got. So you're getting a die cut like this in Mossy, and you're getting these cute little flowers. So would you like to see what the card looks like? I'm so excited. Okay, let me make sure I can see what you see so I don't like overshare or undershare. So here's our Happy Spring card. How cute is this? We're doing a little brown bunny this time. We've got the cute little flowers in here, little carrot patch right there on our another piece that's die cut. So here are the bones. Let's do the bones of the card first, and then we'll get into all the other things. So Cute Crochet is an embossing folder that's in the annual catalog, and it's one of those that I feel like you could absolutely put with the embossed side up or the debossed side. It's really one of the fun one. It's almost like a quilted effect to it. So we're just putting that one down, nothing fancy. We're going to put our DSP down. Now the DSP, look how fun this is. I love that sometimes the back patterns look just as cute. And I feel like we're going to do our switch here. So we're going to put the checkered greens down. And we're going to leave this piece up that has just a little bit of blue poking out. And it doesn't have to be any exact, you know, 1/4 inch from here and what have you. This is just kind of going to layer together just like this so that you have enough interest on your card to just make it fun. I like to mix and match some things, and I like to try out some different card layouts. So you can definitely feel free to do that at home. And these card kits come with everything cut for you. So it's just easy to just start gluing. Just please feel free, glue away. All right, we're going to glue down this next. This little die cut is one of those, again, intricate kind of die cuts where there's just enough space to get a couple dots of glue. Don't feel like you have to do the whole thing, just a little bit. We're going to cover some of this up and it's all good, but we're going to put it on here. So it's going to contrast a little bit with our lighter color green DSP, like super pretty already, right? Not all of it needs to be, you know, batten down the hatches for the windstorm. It's going to be okay. And then we're going to go ahead and combine our flowers. So these colors are Lemon Lolly and Daffodil, Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. And then we have Petal Pink, no, Make That Pretty in Pink with Melon Mambo. So you're getting these cute little die cuts. And then what I did on my card is I combined them together. You can use them separately if you want to, but I'm going to go ahead and combine them. And you're just going to need a tiniest little bit of glue. Again, this is one of those really delicate situations. You can offset your petals, or you can kind of match them up completely if you want to. I just kind of lay them down however they go. They're pretty tiny, so I'm not trying to be super specific. I'm just trying to get the glue to be my friend. So here's the last one right here, and then these will be done. So this is what you're going to get in your little card kit, these cute little flowers. When I die cut them from the die cutting set, I actually had quite a few. So I have quite a few here left over before I have to die cut more again. So you can see how many you can get quickly. They'd also make really cute shaker card bits as well. Okay, so back to our card kit here. We're going to take this bigger piece, and this is going to be your frame. So we're going to use this one right here that kind of has that scallop shape, and I have that right here. I die cut that already. If I can pick it up, that would be fantastic. Here it is. So once again, it's going to cut out that arch and it's going to leave a frame, but we're going to put them together as we do this card. So that's what this piece of white cardstock is for. And then this is going to be for our bunny and our sentiment. So again, not a lot of stamping and all that good stuff, not a lot of coloring because they're tiny. Bringing back basic gray, and we're looking for the little bunny that's holding the cabbage or lettuce, whatever produce of a green nature you feel would be beautiful, right? So I feel like if you colored this maybe in pretty colors, you might convince someone that he's got like a bouquet of flowers. Not sure, but hey, we could always try, right? Try to convince people this is what we're doing. All right, on this little arch piece that kind of cut away from our frame, we're going to take advantage of the carrot patch. And you know the bunny wants some carrots, right? So just like we did that little wall of rocks and grasses, we're going to put the carrot patch here on the bottom, and I'm using the basic gray. So I'm going to color that in with some Stampin' Blends. I'm moving my blocks aside as we go here so I don't have to have those all in the way. Okay, and then we need Happy Spring. Oh my gosh, that is such a cute little sentiment, Happy Spring. So before I color the wrong bunny, because it happens, we've seen that in card number 2, I have this one die cut already. So you're just, again, looking for the shape that coordinates. And it's pretty easy to figure out like which shape is going to cut out this little bunny. He's holding the little cabbage in front of him. So we've got him cut out. And then for the ink pad, we're going to bring in Mossy Meadow. It's a nice dark green. This one says Hello Spring. I felt like this was a really good use for the Hello Spring sentiment. Oh, it says Happy Spring. Ha! Surprise! They changed the words on me while I wasn't looking. This actually says Happy Spring. We're going to make Happy Spring in this green anyway. Green, right? Good spring color. We're all waiting for the green grass to show back up again. I have plenty of snow still here in Maine. So Happy Spring. I love the font. Really sweet. I also love to angle cut my sentiments. It just makes it fun, right? And we're probably going to trim some of this too. I'm not sure how much, but we're going to trim a little bit of it now. Kind of gives me an idea of what we want to use. Okay, so now we get to do some coloring, and then I'm going to share with you how we're going to stick these die pieces together and get them lifted right up onto our card. So for this one, Happy Spring, let me find my blendies. And we have a few this time too. So am I in the right one? Blends. SU 500. Let me look at my, that's 900. I don't know if you guys knew this, but SU, Stampin' Up, SU, right? Stampin' Up has a bunch of blends. Here's 500 right here. And they are basically like medium light, light dark, dark light. Those are not the real names of them, but they come in a 2-pack. They range from 100 to 900, I believe. I could be wrong. And they're really all kinds of brown colors. So if you don't have those yet, those are fantastic things to have, because you can do the bunnies and all the good things just like that. All right, this one I think is the dark petal coming in. Dark pumpkin, so we're doing pumpkin. Dark old olive, only because I couldn't find, if you remember the story from earlier, I couldn't find my light. So this time maybe we'll move in a little bit of the light. And then balmy blue. So balmy blue. I think these are my balmies. Yes, they are. Okay, let's do some quick coloring. The best part about this is, like, really seriously, everything is pretty quick coloring. So we're going to start with our little carrot toppers here, and just a little bit of green, wherever we see green here in this dirt pile. And I call it a dirt pile, but really it's gardening stuff, right? Time to think about gardening. Okay. I feel like our best garden dreams happen about this time of the year. All the seed packets show up in the store, and, you know, depending on where you live, it could be, you know, not so nice weather. So in your mind, you're like, oh, when the weather gets better. All right, so I just used some greens on the little toppers of the planted vegetables. I'm going to come in here and do the light. I feel like the light, probably old olive here, works so much nicer with the basic gray that we stamped in. So I'm going to recommend don't necessarily use the dark one. Don't need it. Okay, dirt. Let's do some dirt. We're doing the ground here. This is the SU 500. So I'm just going to color this in quickly. You can use multiple colors of brown if you want to, for sure. But sometimes when I color, it's going to be whatever's quickest and easiest and squeaky. So I'm going to squeak here for a minute. Sorry, Tammy, I'm squeaking. Put me on mute, please. I don't know if that bothers anybody else or not either, but I try to talk like the whole time I'm doing this so you don't hear the squeaking and you don't hear the weird, anything other that's going on. That might be odd. Okay, we're not going to do the bunny just yet with this. We're going to save that for kind of later, and we do need to bring in some blending for that too. Let's do the bunny's dungarees here, his cute little overalls. I'm going to tell you another story. Okay, this one, hopefully my daughter-in-law Steph is not going to be like, oh, you told him that story? So they came, my son and family, his wife and 4 of my grands came to visit on Sunday, and little Layla Ray, she's going to be 2 in May. Super cute. She was wearing a pair of jean overalls, and they were so adorable on her, but her mom said that when she dressed her to come up here, there was a complete meltdown. I'm not quite sure why Layla did not want to get the little overalls on, but she had a complete meltdown before they came up. And, once she was here, she was pretty fine in them. She didn't seem to have, any issues with her little jeans, but they were so stinking cute. And so it's just this little guy reminds me a little bit of Miss Layla Ray and her dungarees. So Mama didn't get a chance to do her hair before they came up because she was fighting with her over the jeans. So I've just added a little bit of the dark balmy blue, and I've kept most of it light, and it just kind of gives that nice little highlight on there. Now we're going to do the actual bunny himself. So I've got the dark petal pink, and what I like to do is just add in a little bit on the ears. I'm going to do a little bit kind of on the bridge of his nose and mouth, and I'm going to actually, even though you don't see it at the end, I'm going to add a little bit for his tail. And that's just going to give me some places where I might not put so much brown so that he doesn't look super brown. Now we're going to kind of blend in. So I'm going to do around the ears, leaving some of that pink there. And then it just looks a little bit more natural. And we're going to kind of come around, remembering he has a little white his eye, right? So it stamps like kind of white. So just leave that little bit of space there. And then we're going to do the rest of this guy. He doesn't have a lot going on. Now, the beautiful thing here with all of these critters is you can do them all in grays. You can do them in browns. You could, whichever colors, you can leave them white, just little accent pieces. So however you feel that you want your critters to be, you can definitely do that. So, oh, and I didn't do his tail. We're going to kind of come around his tail and color in most of it by leaving a tiny little pieces of the pink showing. It might not show up in camera, but it just kind of lightens it up a little bit. So there he is. That's the quickest little simplest thing. We're going to bring back in my blending brush, and we're going to bring in Balmy Blue and just touch this up a little bit with, we need a little bit of blue here so it's not so white. We don't want it to be too blue either. So I'm going to kind of focus on the sides. I love to make the sides a little bit darker. And then just that little tint of the blue in there just really helps take some of the white away. Okay, I think we have everything we need. We're going to finish our assembly here. I'm stepping on my cord, my microphone cord, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. All right, for this one, we're going to turn our frame pieces upside down, keeping the back here, and we're going to kind of puzzle piece them together, putting that little section right back in there, the one that we just stamped and blended. I know you can tell it's upside down, right? So the coloring's on the back, and we're going to come through with some dimensionals, and we're just catching the 2 pieces together, and this way it's like instantly adhered together, just like that, right? So you can pick it up, and when we put it on our card, which we're going to do right now, we're doing this right now, this will be attached together. You don't have to try to get any adhesive on that tiny little outside frame. The dimensionals are doing the work for you. Plus they're giving you a little bit of lift here on the side, which is also kind of nice. I'm bringing this over. I'm kind of framing the smaller piece of designer series paper on here. Look how cute that is. Happy Spring's going to come right across here. And I'm just gluing this down. So let's do that real quick. A little bit of adhesive on there of your choice. Happy Spring. Cute. And then a little bunny is going to come over here to the side, our little farmer bunny. I'm going to bring in some dimensionals just like I did on my other card, kind of leave them right here on the side, and then I'm going to know that my little bunny is going to come in here. Just be mindful of his produce. He doesn't, you know, don't let him cover up your sweet sentiment. And we'll get these off of here, and then bunny can come back on. Oh, it worked out pretty well. There we go. So he's definitely hanging off the side there a little bit, and now we're just going to glue our flowers on and add our beautiful embellishment. And this is a really fun card because the little pops of color are going to make all the difference. So you can basically, depending on how your greens come on here, I might go like this. I like that you can make this and change up where the flowers are, and it's always going to be kind of fresh and fun. So we're going to put this one up here, and don't worry about like trying to line these up like, oh, a flower should definitely go with this leaf or ending or whatever. Like, you can make up your own, like, hey, this flower is going to go here. It doesn't really matter if it's touching, you know, a specific end point on the leaves. You just pop them on there. It'll look very natural once you get that taken care of. So I'm going to use the smaller embellishments here, and I'm going to pop that right onto the center of each flower because there's like a little hole in the center. Did you see that? I just popped up the whole flower. Wasn't quite settled in yet. Okay, here we go. Try to keep them on the paper for right now. I know these things take time, right? And there we go. Happy spring. How cute is that? Now, I did something fun here. I changed it up. So I want to know if you like the blue DSP or the green DSP better. I think I like the blue better. It adds a little bit of lightness. The green is very green. I actually moved this over farther. This could have come out a bit. But that's the way it is when you're crafting, right? I mean, you can just change it up every time. It's not going to be the same card. And that way your friends are going to get different cards, which is even better. Okay, so green card is beautiful. I love it. This was a really fun one. We are down to the last 3 cards. And I know this is going to be a longer class because we're doing 6 card kits. So the next choice you have is Petal Pink, Pebbled Path, or white. So these are the last 3 card kits we have. I'm going to check your comments here in just a second while you're still looking at all these pretty cards, making sure everything is still good. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me okay as well. And I'm seeing some petal pinks coming up now. Or maybe those are petal pinks from last time. Oh my gosh, I'm looking. That's so cute. Yep, I think we're gonna do petal pink next. Because it seems like I see petal. Oh wait, Pebbled Path, 1 minute ago, Pebbled Path. Okay, we're gonna do Pebbled Path. So all of my friends on there that wanted Petal Pink, you're gonna have to come back and vote for Petal Pink. Next time, we're gonna go with Pebbled Path. Okay, let me find my card kit. We're gonna get this one going, and this one's gonna have some pops of Berry Burst. So this is going to be a very a gray card. Let's call this a gray card. Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting to share with you the cute little things. Now I set those aside and then I lose them. Okay, on the last card, for example, this little wheelbarrow die cut would have been really cute with the Hello Spring card. So I just want to share with you. So some of the different die cuts, they work really cutely with the card kits that I have put together. So, okay, so my secret is out. I have things on the inside here that I want to share with you and show you. So hopefully I'll remember to do it this time. So Pebbled Path, you're getting some DSP. Now this one, you might be wondering where this comes from. And if you were utterly interested, this is the Adorable Otters DSP. So if you wanted to, you could totally change this up and go in a completely different direction. There's another section of DSP here. This is from the Timeless Plaid. So it kind of has that that brown and gray look to it, which I think is kind of cute. Definitely different. I'm giving you some bow punch pieces. You're getting Pebbled Path here. There's some Berry Burst here. You're getting some teeny tiny little circle die cuts. So you've got these. These are from the, let's see, this one's called Unbounded Love Dies. I felt like because all of the images from Storybook Friends tend to be on the tinier side, that the bigger die cuts, the bigger things that I normally would use, didn't quite look as nice. But if you have the Unbounded Love Dies, a lot of these would look really cute with your little bunnies, your little critters, because they're smaller dies and they would fit really nicely on your card kit. Okay, let me find my card because we got to check this one out. You've got You've got to see this. It's so cute. I got to get the, okay, back over there. This one is thank you so very much. And we just have a little splash of brightness in here. So the reality is if you need a sympathy card without the critter on here, without the sentiment, right, you could change this one up and it would be a sympathy card. And I know those are things that we don't like to think about having to make, but sometimes that is how life goes. Now I'm going to put the otters down. The otters are definitely not sympathy card material. They are too cute and fun, right? So we're going to put this one down. We're going to talk about the bones of our card kit here. So this is going to go down onto the white layer of cardstock. White layer. And I'm actually going to keep the plaid up that has the more gray in it. I think the otter side looks really cute with the crumb cake, but we're going to go this way instead. So just like that, we're going to put these onto our card front. So we got a couple of layers here, and this one's going to go on the top. You're matting this really nicely here along the left, right, and top, just like so. And if you wanted to omit the bottom, like maybe you're thinking, well, there's a lot on this card already. You don't have to add all the layers and the pieces that I tend to do. You can definitely omit whatever you want. Now on this piece right here, we're going to do our final of the 3 frames, not our final card. We have more cards to do, but this piece right here, you're going to do your frame. And again, if you look at the samples in the catalog, there's so many great ones there that just work really well. So this will come apart. We're going to stamp in this. We're going to put these together. This piece right here, we're going to stamp our little critter. So this one right here is my badger, in case you wanted to badger me about anything. Where did my badger go? Here. Is this it? Yes, this is it. Okay, so basic gray is coming out. Even though this is Pebbled Path, I just kept everything simple by doing basic gray for the critters. This is a really cute little guy. And then we're going to go ahead and switch to Pebbled Path for the sentiment. So you may be wondering, what's the difference between Pebbled Path and basic gray? So there is a little bit of a difference. This one has more of a taupe brown undertone to it, and this is definitely like gray. It's got blue tones to it. So depending on, I mean, you might be like, well, how many grays do you need, right? But there are some differences. Basic gray is in the neutrals family, so it's going to be around, I don't see him getting rid of that one. Pebbled Path, one that I'm going to ink up right now, that's going to say thank you so very much. Pebbled Path is one of those in colors that's going to be retiring in just a couple of months. So make sure if you're interested in these colors that you get them now. So there's our thank you so very much. Fits really cutely on that little piece. Now we're just down to some coloring. So this one is going to be a little bit more of a simple card. We're not doing too much on this one. Let me make sure we're coloring the right one. Let's take a look at this cute little guy right here, because I've been not so great at showing you what you could, or you may or may not want to move some different things in. So this one right here works really cutely on this card. So these little die cuts, as you can see, if you had some of this paper, die cuts and all that kind of stuff, they just work really well. The height is really nice on them too. So these pieces, the die cuts that are in the specialty paper, they are fantastic. I love them. The little critters that you're stamping and die cutting, super sweet, but also very tiny. So I've given them some stature here by putting this on some little tiny circles and adding in the leaves here, just to give it some, just so you can kind of notice it, because otherwise it fades a little bit. Now we need some more colors. So let me look here real quick. We're coming down to it, I promise. Thank you so very much. And you're like, thank you so very much. Pebbled Path, dark granite, dark mossy. I used the mossy? What did I use mossy on? Oh, I did. Okay. Mossy, Berry Burst. Berry Burst is one of our colors in this card. And do I have them all? Dark granite. I feel like I'm missing one. Dark pebble. Oh, Pebbled Path in general. Pebbled Path, light and dark. Okay, here's our blends. We've got them. So let's color our little critter here. So this badger, actually, where the mossy and the berry come in on this critter, are cute little scarf. Hard to see, but very tiny. And then this guy is holding a little tiny bit of like a little flower. So I'm using the dark mossy, and you're really like barely tell like what's going on there, but I'm just dotting on a little bit. It's super tiny. Now the Stampin' Right markers probably would be a finer point to do some of this little bit, but I really do love the blends. I just happen to color them in. I don't know if I meant to do the dark or the light, but we'll add a little bit of dark there. All right, that's it for that. Now we're just on to the actual little critter here. We're going to start with the dark gray granite. Nope, this is dark. So we want, and this is Pebbled Path. This is Pebbled Path. Okay, we're going to start with dark gray granite, and we're going to color our little badger. So this is this is the lighter shade. And this is a very dark little guy here. He's got a lot of dark color to him. So we're just going to color him in, his tail, super fun. It's got lots of little lines on it, so you know that that's meant to be a darker image. So just a little bit here and there all around, make him nice and gray. I don't bother to really get like every little nook and cranny on him because I know I'm coming in with more colors. So I'm going to kind of come in and just dot where the lines are for this guy. And his tail. His tail is going to be super poofy. He looks like one of those cats that has poof tail. If you know what I'm talking about, when cats get a poofy tail, they are so funny. Okay, we're going to kind of just come through and do a little bit. I'm trying to keep him a little bit lighter this time. I feel like my first guy through here, he's just so dark in color. So I might just come back through now and do this is the dark gray granite, and just kind of blend out the lines that I just did, leaving some of the lighter shades in the middle. And see if he can just be a little bit lighter in nature. Okay, and I managed to do the right one too. That's even better. So there's our quick coloring. Now we're going to flip this over just like we've done on another one. We're going to put our dimensionals on the back of this one to hook these two together. It's like one of my favorite ways to cheat and not only get the lift on here, but also to adhere them. So I'm going to do 5. And we're going to pop this on the card. Thanks for hanging out with me for this fun class. We have so much going on. Now, I want to point out that in these the die cuts, there's actually like little slits built in. If you wanted to run some ribbon through there, you sure could. So there's lots of different things. I'm just, I'm doing some basic things with them today, but there are so many things that you can do with these die cuts. We would be here for like a week or a month or something if I wanted to show you all the things. So make sure you're checking out other options when you're looking around to see what you can do with this. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue down on the base of my leaves and kind of tuck them in here. Put one there, and then we're going to put this one up here too. So we're just going to get these in and around these little pieces. This is again berry burst, and it just gives a nice little brightness here to our pebbled path. So I've got a couple of them going this way. I'm going to come down through and do the bottom here with these other 2 pieces that you're getting in your card kit. So just a nice little bit of extra to fill in some of the space. And we're going to put a little bit of glue on those. Pop that down there. Beautiful. All right, so my dimensionals are running low. I might need to grab more out, but we're going to bring in one right here, put it on the side, because this is where I want my circle to go. So I've put these pieces down, and it might look a little messy right now, but I knew that when I came back in with this, it was going to cover up the ends. So now the ends are kind of tucked in there, just like that. My little critter is going to come on here, and I actually put this one on another dimensional just to kind of give him a little bit more height here. Just really cute. And then we've got our little piece of string, twine actually. This is Pebbled Path, and you can make a little bow. This is very curly. It comes on a spool, and it's kind of tightly woven. So it's going to be super curly no matter what. Now, something that someone mentioned to me recently, I believe it was Lori Sorrells. So shout out to Lori. I love ideas. I love when you guys share ideas because then I try them. She said she likes to make bows. This is one of my bow questions. She likes to make little bows with long tails. And I thought, oh my gosh, how amazingly cute would that be? So that is exactly what we're doing here. And if I can find my tear and tape, we're going to come in here and add a long-tailed little bow. I just thought it was cute idea. So I'm going to just throw some tear and tape on the back of this and see if it'll work for me right now, because you know this is live and sometimes things go amok. Okay, I'm going to wiggle that around a little bit like it's a glue dot. Pop that down there, and look, they're all going to curl in different ways for sure. But there it is, just like that. I'm going to add some bling on, and tell me what you think of this little card, because I know it's a really dark colors. These are dark colors. So I would love to know what your thoughts are. I brightened it up with some of that beautiful Berry Burst. Just a nice bright pop of color. But sometimes I'm just, you know, I go to town and I get something done and I look at it and go, I don't know. Do you guys like this one or not like this one? It might not be your favorite, but it is really cute. It's just a cute little badger. Definitely a sweet little guy. There's card number 4. We still have 2 more cards. Wow, this mega class just keeps going and going. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this one. And I'm gonna ask you for the next card coming up. We're gonna do one more choice, one more selection. I need to know if you want Petal Pink or Wild Wheat. This is what we're down to. And I know you guys want this one because Wild Wheat, everyone loves Wild Wheat. This one has white. This is whiter wheat. This is white wheat. And this is Petal Pink. So I'm very curious to see where you guys, oh my gosh, Janice loves this one so far. That's awesome. Thank you, Janice. Sometimes I make the cards and I don't know if they're going to be like well received. So I appreciate that you like this one. I like the colors for sure. All right, and I'm seeing a whole, look at you guys all going with, I'm seeing a lot of Petal Pink, so we're going to go Petal Pink. This one is super cute. All right, let me move this one off the table. When we take that one off the table, we're bringing in Petal Pink. We'll save Wild Wheat, everyone's favorite. We'll save it for last. You know that's everyone's favorite, right? So we're going to do Petal Pink. Just looking to see my what we got here. So here's our kit. Super fun. Okay. Petal Pink, gotta love it. You're getting some of this beautiful scalloped ribbon. Have you ever seen such expensive ribbon in the mini catalog? This one is a chunky $12 and change ribbon. So that's kind of interesting, right? Let me hide that guy and let me hide that guy. Here's our base. We have Petal Pink. We have, you're getting some Stylish Shapes die cuts. My absolute favorite die cuts. And then you're getting this beautiful paper. This is from the Mixed Media Floral Paper. You're gonna see, look at this. Check this out. This is like the same pattern. You might be like, whoa, magical. Actually, I don't think they quite go together. But when you put them on your card, this piece right here, 4x4, you can go stripies up and down, or you can go stripies sideways. Mind-blowing, right? I love that you have that option when you work with this card kit. Let me show you the card. I haven't showed you the card yet. Okay, let me see. Go back over here and just flip my camera over so I can make sure you guys see what I'm seeing. Here it is. Some bunny loves you. I love this bunny. This is probably my favorite bunny coloring because not only do we have the bunny coloring, but we have her cute little dress. I love her dress. So in my card, my sample card here, you can see that I did the stripies up and down, but because I like to do things different sometimes. Oh, this is so pretty. You know what? I didn't even think of this, but here's a third way you could do this. You could do it this way. If you really wanted to, you could have the pretty dark floral pattern on top. And look at that. I really think I need to just do the stripies though. We're gonna focus on stripes today. All right, my glue is sitting up. I'm doing so much talking and things between gluing. Okay, so we're gonna do this sideways stripies, like landscape stripies this time. So it's gonna be different from my sample, but this one is obviously gonna be the flower side up, right? So fun. I love just picturing you getting these card kits at home and having as much fun as I am when I get to play with them. Okay, this little piece of white is just meant to go across. I like to cover the seams. I feel like it's to me odd to not have something that comes across and bridges that gap. So you can choose to go higher or lower, you know, depending on where you want to be with that. Wow, Julie, look what you did. You got some glue on there. Do I have my handy dandy eraser thingy? I do. I just have to find it real quick. So we're going to just remove that little bit of, just like that, glue. Okay, moving along now. Somebody Loves You. This one's a really easy one, and sometimes that's the allure, is just the easy peasy. We're going to stamp our sentiment, Somebody Loves You, on this white die cut. We've got Poppy Parade, and we're also bringing in Basic Gray for our bunny. So those are the two ink colors that we're using for this one. So Poppy Parade is a really good friend to Petal Pink, in case you were wondering. So the Poppy Parade is not quite a bright red, but it's definitely not orange either. It's kind of funny that way. We're going to come over here to about 9 o'clock, and we're going to do Somebody Loves You at about 9 o'clock. That's going to leave room for our little bunny to come on to this as well. So super sweet colors together, right? Now we're done with that one. Let me move this aside over here. We'll give that a wash up in a little bit. Now on your little piece of white, your Basic Gray is going to take care of this cute little girl bunny in the dress. Cute bunny in the dress, love it. So you'll stamp the sweet lady here, and you will die cut it. And when you get done die cutting it, she will look like this. Whoops. I didn't mean to throw the bunny. Here we go. So here she is in her cute little dress. We have some blends. We're using Light Smoky. So I gotta find my blends here real quick. Light Smoky. I feel like this could be Light Smoky. And it is. Light Smoky is going to give her the gray color, Dark Petal, and then Poppy. So these are definitely the Poppy blends. And then Light Petal. Light Petal. Is this Light Petal? Oh, that's dark. Oh, well, dark is what I wanted, so that's even better. Okay, good. There we go. So some really simple coloring here. We're going to start with, for our bunny girl, Dark Petal. And again, I like to just add a little bit to the ears, so she's got some things going on, and a little bit on her nose. So there we go. And I'm going to do her tail, just for fun. Just to remind me to be kind to her tail. We're going to come back in now with the Light Smoky Slate, and we're going to do the rest right here. So up and around the ears, kind of blending around where the pink is, leaving pink, of course. It doesn't have to be all pink, but you want to just make sure you take care of that. And then we're going to just come through here and leave the white around her eye, just a little bit of white there. Now, don't go crazy here, because my girlfriend is wearing a really cute little dress. So you want to find where her arm is, and then you're going to skip a whole bunch, and then you're going to come down here at the bottom, and you're going to catch her legs and her feet. And then maybe a little bit on her tail too. Okay, so there she is in her sweetness, in her little light gray bunny girl. And I think that once we add in all of the red for her dress, the rest of the bunny just, you don't even have to worry about like how gray this really is. So I'm going to go ahead and do her dress, leaving her, well, actually, you know what? This is the Light Poppy, just in case you're wondering what I'm working on right now. So I've got the Light Poppy, and I'm doing the entire dress in Light Poppy. And I'm going to come back through with the dark, and I'm going to do the sash and her collar and her buttons in the dark. So just add that all in, cover her up real nicely in this good color. Okay, and then we're going to come back through with the dark Poppy, and we're going to do her little ruffle collar here, super cute, and her buttons. And then the collar, I'm sorry, not the collar on her sleeve, the little, where her band would be for her sleeve, right? And I'm going to just come through, and I'm going to do these little lines that the stamp provides in the dark. I'm just kind of going over top of, and I'm not going to get super crazy. Just that little bit. These two colors contrast nicely. My camera may or may not pick any of this up, but it just gives you a nice little look here. So little bunny girl, she's super cute and was super easy to color, right? So now we're on to like just final assembly. We're going to glue these two circles together. I did the harder cards at the beginning, just in case you were wondering. Like these last couple of cards have gone by pretty quickly because they're a little bit easier to work with, and there's not quite as many parts and pieces, and that's probably good because you guys might be getting tired of me already. You're like, whoa, you've been on a long time tonight, Julie. How many cards do you have? The answer is 6. I have 6 cards. So 6 card kits this week. It's kind of a mega class with all of the cute little critters and bunnies. And a really great time to get those Sale-A-Bration orders in, your final Sale-A-Bration orders. Go ahead and get those in this week. Get great card kits. Get your embellishment. Get your bonus die cuts from me. Got all kinds of stuff. So I'm putting dimensionals on the back of Little Bunny. There's lots of room on here, so it just works really well. I just think this is probably the sweetest card. I'm going to go ahead and make a... Oh no, I don't have to make a bow. Look, I did it earlier. That's like, exciting. I already made my bow. You're going to make your own bow at home, though. This is really pretty ribbon, by the way. I know it's expensive, but it's pretty. So get yourself a sample of it with your card kit here. This is coming to you. And you can make this cute little pretty in pink. Oh my goodness, it worked out so nicely. I love it. All right, we need the bling, and then we're gonna go on. Oh my gosh, I can't even ask you now which card you want next because there's no choices. You have to see the Wild Wheat card. And it's got a lot of white in it, so I know that not everyone loves wild wheat. But there we go. So there's our little blings. As mentioned, all of these cards that you've been watching tonight, the bling works beautifully. So there's our cute little Somebody Loves You card. I love this one. I hope you guys are liking this one too. So cute. All right, we're going to clean down now, and I'm just going to jump right into the last card. I don't even have to ask you. And Sandra Johnson, Without the Sea. What was the question I asked you, Sandra? Because I'd have to rewatch. I don't know what I asked. Without the Sea. Okay, so there's Somebody Loves You. We're going to go on to the last card now. And, as mentioned, some wild wheat. Okay, a lot of white. This is a thick white card base. This is a piece of white that is embossed with the Timber 3 embossing folder. May not show up well, but it is. You're getting a die cut. You're getting a punch piece. This is from the To The Point label. To The Point label punch. Finish my sentence there. I love this DSP. I think it's really cute. Maybe you're not a fan. Maybe you want to use this side instead. You're going to have some really cute things here. You can pop this on here if you want to, and then this on here, and then, oh, look at this. This is cute paper too. So this kind of goes in with our little mix and match. And here is what we're creating. Our final card of the night. Welcome, Little One. And we're using the teeny tiny bunny. And we're creating a really neutral card. And I just feel like it's soft and sweet, even though it's not maybe your favorite color. But again, DSP has a backside that you can definitely take advantage of if you need to. I just think that these little colors together, these soft colors together, they work. And definitely for a Welcome Little One card. Now, of course, not everyone is making cards for new babies, so you can definitely switch up your sentiment here. You don't have to use this. And every time I go for a card, I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot to show you. This card is interrupted by this card. Look how cute this little badger is. This little die cut badger on this card. So keeping in mind that all those little die cuts from the specialty paper are so much fun to work in. Okay, back to our card here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to glue down this cute little garden scene. Even though I love it, I really like this paper right here. And this is where we're going. So I'm just going to show you the bones of the card. Now, I wouldn't necessarily flip that over, though maybe I would. Maybe I say I wouldn't, and then I'm like, maybe I would. I really like this side. It's very light, but man, let's try it. I think we're just gonna try it. I haven't flipped too many DSPs over tonight, so now we're gonna see what happens when bringing this brighter color right here. Kind of more of a Calypso Cajun color. We're gonna put some dimensionals on the back of here. Pop this down. So this little tiny bunny is super sweet. I just think this is a sweet little bunny. I'm gonna probably add way more dimensionals than I need. But it's the end of the night. It's the last card for this live card class. So I'm just kind of being dimensional happy right now. Okay, so here we go. Again, you can kind of decide which pattern, how you want this to go. Which side do you like, up, down, what have you. It's going to work either way. We're going to put this right in the middle. And then we're going to bring this over. This is Nested Essentials dies. This is a wild wheat die cut that's going to fit right across the middle. And hopefully you guys are like, oh yeah, that's working. Okay, welcome little one. We're going to use wild wheat ink. We're going to use our basic gray for the little bunny. So we have used all 6 sentiments in the stamp set. Welcome little one. So obviously maybe you're not making welcome little one cards. You know, there's different things that you may or may not be doing, and that's okay. The options are here. That's the best part, right? You have the options. Okay, basic gray is going to do our cute little bunny. This guy again is the tiniest one. It definitely looks like a baby card bunny, because this little bunny is tiny and sweet. Little bunny, he's just kind of he has this little strut to him that's like, I am the baby. All right, let's color this up pretty quickly. This one is going to be just a couple of blends. We're using SU900 and Light Crumb. So just 2 blends for this one. Let's see if I can find the SU900. Kind of looks similar to, this is, and it's kind of a petal pink tone. So SU900 and then the Light Crumb Cake. That would be dark, so that's not it, Julie. Crumb Cake, right, no, I just had that in my hands 2 seconds ago, yes? I did. What did I do with my light crumb cake? Oh, this must be it. You guys are super helpful at home. Thanks for showing me where my stuff is. Okay, so I'm going to start just like I have for all of them. I like to add the pink tones in first, just to give me an idea of where I might want them to be on my bunny. So we're kind of doing the belly on the bunny, and we're just, I put in quite a bit of the pink tone because I wanted this bunny to be like kind of a soft baby bunny, right? So then we're going to just come in with a light crumb and add that little bit of color. Avoid the eyes. Don't get crumb cake in the baby's eyes. And then we're going to come through and just kind of cover over some of the crumbs so that you have the blend between the 2 colors. Otherwise it looks kind of funny, like you have 2 very distinct bunny colors going on. But that's about it. And you know what? I just realized I did it again. I meant to color this one and I didn't. Oh my goodness. Here's my die cut bunny. And here's an example of something that would look really cute if you wanted to just move in one of these guys here, right? So you could just kind of check that out here really quickly while I recolor my bunny. All right, let's do it again. I'm going to have some extra bunnies colored. Okay, so just again, some little petal pink coming through here, and then some crumb cake. Here we go. So this is just proof that you can color these quickly, and it's pretty easy. I like that they're tiny like that, so that you don't have to be coloring for days and days and days, unless you want to, then you can. But I like quick coloring, and these are definitely some quick coloring. So there we go. Cute bunny. And we're going to finish this up. So we're not putting that on right now. We're putting this back on. So let's come through. We're going to add some more dimensionals to my little tag here. This is the punch piece that you're getting. So in case you haven't been paying attention too much, and I'll kind of point it out when I get all of my cards back out again, we have been kind of going back and forth between the frame dies that are in the set and then things that you can do with your little set here that don't require you to use the frames, right? We're using other dies, we're using other punch pieces, and they're, you know, able to, look how cute that is. So cute. Oh my gosh. Like baby bunny card. How cute. So yeah, so just 3 of the cards had the frame, so I used the frame once for 3 cards, 3 different cards. I'm making small bow, long tail again. I'm like on this kick of small tail, long, let's repeat. Long tail, small bow. Okay. And then the other 3 cards that were in tonight's class, I used different die cuts, and I used different labels and layering pieces to show you that you know, use everything you have in your collection, because I know you guys probably have, similar to me, right? You collect different things that you absolutely love, so make sure you're using them. You know, like mix and match a little bit. How cute is that, right? All right, we need the bling and then we're good here on this one. So bling, welcome little one. And I need to know, do you like the lighter DSP or the darker DSP? Because that makes a huge difference already. Make sure my embellishment's going to come off here nicely. Here we go. Embellishment and an embellishment. Worked beautifully. So beautifully. So there we go. I'm going to lift this up so you can see Baby Bunny a little bit better. Baby Bunny. Here it is. So cute. So one's got the dark's on the right, and then the lighter one is on the left. Cute little Baby Bunny. All right, so this one did not use the dies from the set, but let's take a look at the cards because we did a lot tonight. Oh my gosh, it's so late. I'm sorry to keep you past your bedtime. So I made a couple of changes on some of these as well. All right, here's our Badger card. He's pretty much the same. Here's this one. I changed that one up too. Oh my gosh. So these are your card kits. You're getting one each of 6 cards. I did not change that one up. So a few of them I changed up. Some of them not so much. But how cute are all these little critters on here, and how easy it's going to be to kind of mix and match in. If you're interested in just different things, you can mix and match some of these little guys in as well and create different forms of the card, right? So depending on what you're doing, I can't even remember which ones I use these ones. I use this one on here. I use this one on here. I know I lost one of them at least. I lost this one. I don't know what happened to that one to share with you, but I will find it. It'll be a thing. So there's your class. This was a long class. I'm calling this a mega class because we did a lot tonight, right? We spent some time on the 6 different ones. And just like the Badger card, on a Christmas card, he would be really cute, right? With some pine trees. I love it. Michelle likes the puddle pink. Hi, Michelle. And I'm just looking to see. So there's a mix between darker and lighter DSP on that. That's awesome. Wild Wheat, but an error. Okay, that's cute. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This was a long class. Remember, this is your last week to do Sale-A-Bration, so make sure you get your Sale-A-Bration orders this week before Friday. You'll get Sale-A-Bration item. You'll get my card kits, 6 of them. Mega class, right? You'll get all the dice cuts that I shared with you. You'll get the embossed pieces. You're going to get the embellishment. You're going to get some extra die cuts from the paper. We're going out with a bang. This is it. Sale-A-Bration is ending. So this is a fun week to get those final orders in. If you have any questions on any of the cards, please let me know. I'll check through your comments later. Hi to everybody over on YouTube hanging out and checking this out. I pop this video over there later on as well. And I appreciate you checking out this class tonight. Now I will be sharing pictures of these 6 cards throughout the week on Facebook. If you're on my email newsletter, you're going to get pictures of them in your email so that you can really pretty much just see how I made them if you're interested in getting like just a good look at them. So get over onto my email list. I'll send a couple of them out this week with some of these pictures in there in case you want a nice visual, and it's going to help you to be creative as well. All right, if you have any questions on my host code or how to get this class in the mail, let me know. Please feel free to leave me a comment or like or love on this video if you found anything helpful at all to you as I was sharing all of my Julie ideas. All right, everybody, I appreciate your time. I will see you next week, and that's going to be March already. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. All right, until next time, stay inspired, create something beautiful, and share the love. Bye, everybody.